yesterday. And I see why, like when I was looking to get into sleep training, I feel like I think I saw so many people say like they were going to document like the 14, like the experience. And then they end up only like doing a day or two and then they just stop because it starts to work. Okay. So I know the last time I went live, I think we were on like day 2 or so, or day 3. I'm not sure. Anyways, it was really hard. I think it was a day 3. Oh, am I on day 4 or 5? Wow, it's been so great. Anyways, I'll tell you about the last 2 nights because I know I haven't documented about them. And so, hey, good morning, Tracy. Good morning. I know people are hopping on. I've had so many moms message me, you guys. Sleep training works, okay? Like it works. So we started, I think has it been 5 nights? And even though I think it was night 3, it was a little hard, or like just the whole day 3 was really hard. I like was looking back at it and she slept anywhere from like an average of 11 hours the last 5 nights. So I'm like, whoa, like even though we've had a little, like we're really only like one rough patch, like one rough day so far, and she slept 11 hours on average. And we used to have such horrible sleep habits for us to go from like horrible sleep to her averaging about 11 hours a night. I'm just like, this is amazing. So I think I feel like now we're actually figuring out like the schedule that works for our family. And so, yes, I am breastfeeding. And so I'll just tell you like the last couple, what's the schedule that's working really, really well for us. So I think it's almost like we had a really, really rough patch on the 3rd day, which I already made a video about. I think we had that because the timing of our schedules, I was trying to follow like a guideline for nap schedules and stuff, and it just like it worked, but it wasn't working for us, if that makes sense. So I feel like now I'm like realizing the time schedule that's going to work for us. So I'll tell you what's working for us. And I think like everybody just has to figure out like what nap schedule works for you, because it all depends on what time you want it's almost like what time does your family have to have the baby up? Like what time do you need to have the baby to sleep by? And I feel like you kind of just like go for that. So I'll tell you what's been working for us. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Oh my gosh. Last night was like, I think last night and the night before were like the best nights yet. Well, actually last night was the best yet. Was the best night so far. So what we did the night, we actually moved bedtime a little bit later. So before we started sleep training, she was going to bed at like 9 or 10. So we were like, but we're also a late sleeping family. Like Ashton doesn't have to be to school till 9:15. Well, actually he doesn't have to really be to school till 9:30. And then Riley's, when we start homeschooling co-op, he's not gonna have to be to school till 9. So we don't have to wake up early, which is really nice. So we're used to sleeping until 8:30. So I think the schedule that we were on was having her wake up at like 6:37. And so it was just like, she just was really off. So I think that's why maybe the transition, actually she transitions really well if you consider it's only been 5 days and she's been sleeping 11 hours per night. So here we go. So the night before, last night, we started the bath time routine. Oh, I'll just tell you about last night because this is just what I remember. It went amazing. So we started like the bedtime routine. We started at like 7:40. Or like 7:35-ish. And so, oh shoot, my husband just texted me. Hopefully he doesn't need me. But we started the bedtime routine last night around 7:40. So since Riley is now doing T-ball, and T-ball doesn't get over till 6:45, and then we have like a 20-minute drive home, that's like gonna be so perfect. So basically the bedtime's gonna be 8 o'clock. Like she's gonna be in bed every night at 8 o'clock, and that seems to work really, really well for us because it just does. So I started the routine. It takes like 7:35. I think I put her in the bath last night, and she probably bathed for like 10 to 15. She loves the bath. She hated the bath 5 days ago, and now she loves the bath. So I'm just like, this is like transforming everything, you guys. And so but we got a cool bath seat from Walmart. If you guys need a bath seat, I'm telling you, it's amazing. I should post a picture about it. It's amazing. So we did bath time at 7:35-ish, and I think we got out of the bath around it was about a 10 to 15 minute bath. We went to her room, you know, dried off, lotioned up with some lavender lotion. I also used lavender soap because I just feel like, you know what, if that scent works, it's bedtime. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like the routine of maybe smelling lavender is like a smell to know like, hey, it is bedtime and it's like, it's getting close to wind down time. So, and then I do lavender lotion in her room. The lights are dimmed and, I turn on, we play like a song, like we play like a lullaby while I'm lotioning her up and I sing to her and it's just like, and we put on her onesie and then we put on her sleep suit. Love that Merlin sleep suit. It's absolutely incredible. And then, what did we do? And then we put on the sleep suit and then the song's about over. And then I turn off the lights and I turn on the sound machine. Love that sound machine. Like, you guys, this has just been life-changing, seriously. Like, if you have not started a sleep routine or even sleep training, you need to do it because it is magical. It is magical. Okay, just listen. The Merlin sleep suit is amazing. So I have to finish this so I don't lose my train of thought. So I can answer questions at the end. But so Merlin sleep suit, turn on the sound machine, and then I breastfeed her. Or normally you're supposed to read a book, but because recently she wants to skip the book, so I'm just like, whatever. She like gets mad at the book, and then so I just read her a page of the book, and then I put her on the boob, and she nurses. So we had like 10 to 15 minutes of like, she's a very quick eater too, so like it just depends on how long your baby takes to nurse. But either way, I nursed her, put her passy in, and she was in bed by 8 o'clock, like in her crib, and I made sure she was awake. So I take her off the boob, put the pacifier in, and I burp her. Or she like burps herself, but I just need to make sure that she's awake but drowsy because I don't want her to fall asleep. You know, she has to fall asleep in the crib. So I make sure she's awake, like slightly, like make sure she's awake. And then I put her in the crib and you guys, she went right to sleep, 8 o'clock. And that's what's so crazy. This is why I forgot to document the night before that is because we ended up doing like she was in bed by 8 o'clock last time and she went right to sleep. So I think the problem with me, like I guess it wasn't really a problem, it's just something we had to learn, but is that her bedtime is 8 o'clock. So every other time that we put her bed, she would cry, like, and we go and console her, and then 5 minutes later go and console her, but 8 o'clock seems to be her bedtime. So now it's like, if I just put her in bed at 8 o'clock, she just goes, she literally last 2 nights in bed by 8 o'clock, in her crib, okay? We not only transitioned from sleeping in our room to horrible sleep habits in our stroller every single day, just walking in her sleep, dude, it was just horrible. We've literally 5 days. Yo, we're 5 days in and my life is transformed. Okay, this is amazing. If you have not done this, you need to do this now. So put her in bed at 8 o'clock, she went to sleep and she slept. So last night she slept, not last night, but the night before that, she slept from 8 o'clock to 7:15. Last night did the same thing, bath, lotion, relax, blah, 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 boob, bed, 8 o'clock last night. And she slept until 7:30 this morning. And I am just like, this is amazing. Like, life is great, okay? Even though I didn't sleep that good, because I think my hormones, because I am breastfeeding, and so and this is how powerful our bodies are. If you're breastfeeding, like, listen, this is how powerful our bodies are, I feel like. Because the first night that she slept in her crib, I was used to waking up to feed her, right? And so my boobs were producing, like, because I exclusively breastfeed, we don't do bottles or anything, even though I do have milk from like couple months, like from her, when she was little, but I'm just exclusively breastfeeding her. And so our boobs are like, our bodies are so powerful that night one, when I didn't feed, you know, your boob, like like it was expecting to wake up to feed her. And so I had to wake up the first 2 nights and just like I got the Haakaa out in the middle of the night because that's when she would normally nurse. And I just pulled out like 2 ounces off this side, and then like I went back to sleep, and then this was the first night, and then 3 hours later I pulled out 1 ounce out of this side, and I did that for like 2 nights in a row, but I gradually did a little bit less. You guys, night 3, I was able to sleep through the entire night. Night 4, I was able to sleep through the entire night. So isn't that crazy how powerful our bodies are, that they responded and said, hey, you don't have to feed in the middle of the night anymore. And my body took 2 days to figure out, let's stop producing in the middle of the night. So now I can literally go 11-hour stretch without having to pump or nurse or anything. And so that's how I'm like, I literally am like just so mind blown at how powerful women's body are. Like, it's just absolutely incredible. So I'm just so happy because now but I also think that during this time, my body has been producing hormones. This is just my train of thought, is that my body is trying to figure out what's going on. I feel like there has to be more hormones to tell my body that I didn't need that much milk. So my mind has been actually hard to shut off at night. So I think it's the hormones, because I've been having a hard time sleeping. I've been having a hard time sleeping. Even though my baby's sleeping now 11 to 12 hours a night, I personally have been having a hard time sleeping. And I'm assuming it's because of the hormones, that my body just doesn't know that it's okay to go to sleep for 12 hours. So, well, it doesn't sleep 12 hours. I don't go to bed at 8, but I should. And so for 2 nights, I actually took sleepy tea. I did a half cup of sleepy tea, which was like some melatonin and stuff, because that's what's in it. And I knocked out. And then last night, I drank a glass of wine because I was like, I need some wine. I had 1 glass of wine, and then I Googled, and it said melatonin reacts with wine. So I didn't have I didn't drink the sleepy tea last night, and I slept really bad. So I'm like, my baby got an amazing 12 hours of sleep, but I slept horrible so tonight I'm gonna do sleepy tea again, because I think that my body is just hormonal, and I think that's just affecting my sleep right now, which I think is fine. I think my body will learn how to go back to sleep again once the hormones because it's just I feel like it's a transition time, not only for my baby, but it's a transition time for me. And that's just I'm just guessing. So like, this could be scientific or not. Okay. So, I'll answer some questions at the end, but I'm literally almost done. So this is what's so crazy is I did more research on sleep training. And what I found out is from in the morning that your baby's sleep cycles are very light, okay? And so in the morning, what I found out is last night, so she went to bed at 8, and at like 6, no, she made a little noise around like 6:55 again. But I didn't go get her. I just got up and went to the bathroom just in case I had to go get her in the morning, because she could wake up at 7. I just was like, you know what? Let me just not get her to see if she goes back to sleep. She only woke up because she was looking for her pacifier. And so I just waited to watch to see if she found her passy. And then she finally found her passy like 5 minutes later, and she put it back in, and she went back to sleep. She woke up a little bit, and then she went back to sleep, and she actually ended up sleeping until 7:30. When she did sit up the first time too, but so I feel like if she wouldn't have lost her pacifier, she would have continued to sleep until 7:30, but they're just really light in the morning. And so she could go back down to sleep and take another cat nap. So just so you know, like, morning waking is just, they're in a lighter REM sleep. I don't know. I did some research on it, but anyways, it's been amazing for us, you guys. Like, I forgot to tell you about our nap schedule, how that changed, and I feel like that's working really well. So basically, the rule that I just went by is, she's 7.5 months, and so their wake window, you have to figure out what your baby's wake window is, and her wake window is about 3 hours. And so I just figured, okay, so she woke up at 9:30. She has about it's like 2.5 to 3 hour window. So if she woke up at 7:30, it's 8:30, 9:30, 10. And I knew that 10 o'clock worked really well yesterday. So she's in bed. She went to bed, literally did the same nap schedule. She literally fell asleep at 10 o'clock. It's 10:40 right now. And yesterday she took like an hour and a half nap in the morning. And then I got her up, and then she got up she only took like an hour nap yesterday, and she woke up at 11. And then we stayed awake from 11. No, she slept till 11:30. Sorry, I have it all on my phone. You need the Nanit Cam if you don't have it. It's amazing because it helps you keep track. But either way, yesterday she took a nap from 2 p.m. she took like a 2 hour and 20 minute nap yesterday. And then she woke up around 4:20 or 4:30, I'm not sure. And then she ended up staying awake until almost 8 o'clock p.m. But we were stimulated the whole time because we were traveling and just going shopping. It was just a crazy day yesterday. And we had softball. So anyways, either way, I feel like you just have to figure out your schedule. I feel like that's what this period of time right now is doing, is like, it's establishing like a great time where we know, hey, she sleeps from this time to this time, and give or take like 15 to 30 minutes. And then I feel like that's what's happening right now. So sleep training is amazing. And if you have not done it,